Hi friends, so this is the continuation of the Linux fundamentals. So I was discussing that, so this is the hardware, okay. Now to the hardware, the kernel is the one, okay. Kernel, and to the kernel we pass the instructions via shell, okay. Now this is the, okay, now this is the shell, okay. So in the hardware, what and all components will be there, like CPU and RAM, okay, and also hard disk. I will just write HD because hard disk. So in the memory, CPU is required for computational power and RAM is required for random access memory to store temporary data. Okay, see, whenever you open a file, okay, whether it is Windows or Linux, so that it will create a temporary file and it will be stored in the RAM. Okay, so that is why you might have noticed, so every time you close something, it will ask whether you want to save it permanently or not. Okay, so those kind of, no, temporary memory will be stored in RAM. Okay, and the permanent memory will be stored in the hard disk, that is HDD or hard disk, right? So basically we use a shell to pass the commands. Now let us understand one by one, like now we are going to proceed with the what type of commands we are going to execute. Okay, so there are from basics to complex commands will be there. Okay, so now let me open a terminal. Now in order for this shell, okay, now of course in order to access this shell, you need to log into this shell. Okay, to log into this shell also we have several terminals. Okay, now what are those terminals, right? Now we have many terminals, okay, like let me, or else leave it. Fine. So now there are lot of terminal here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, now for example we have putty. Okay, someone will call it as putty or putty. This is will be in Windows. Okay, so you need to Windows and you need to enter the IP address of this whatever the operating system. Okay, if it is installed in your laptop also, you need a shell. Okay, it will have a IP address. Okay, then other one is git bash. Okay, that is in Windows again. Okay, as we all are using Windows operating system, so we are going to make use of git bash, or else there is a another one, that is MobaXterm. Okay, so that also you can install in Windows. There are many actually, but these three are much popular. Okay, so these three are much popular. Okay, right? So now we are going to use this only. Okay, right? So let me, so yesterday we downloaded git bash. Okay, so if you don't know how to download git bash, just go to Google and enter git bash download, right? And it will download, right? And you can download like this, or else if you have a app store like this, you can also search for git bash here. Okay, okay, so you will get it, or the best option is this. Okay, if you download, then it will be in your download directory like this, and you can install. Okay, but I have already, if you double click this, it will easily install. Right, now I have already installed in my laptop, so I am just going to launch it. Okay, now this is the terminal which will look like this. Okay, right, fine. Okay, now can you see the commands which I am typing here? Let me maximize for you guys so that okay, yes. So this is how a typical terminal will look like. Okay, now we don't need to log into any server. Okay, so let us try to understand the basic commands here itself. Right, now the first very command, okay, like is who am I. Okay, means by which user you have logged in. Okay, so that is the command who am I. Okay, and to know where you are working, so just type pwd, that is your present working directory. Okay, pwd means current working directory. Now I am in C users Mithun, right, but my key file is in downloads, so I need to go to that. So you need to use cd. Cd means change directory. Okay, so you need to give, okay, so you can give full path like this: C users Mithun downloads, like this. So this whatever I gave now, so this is called absolute path. Right, what? Absolute path. Okay, please remember this. Okay, I am not going to execute. Okay, I am just, if you put hash, before any command, it will just exit. I mean, not exit, like it will just go to the next line. Right, now this is called absolute path. Then what is relative path? Now where am I now? I am in C users Mithun, so you need to go to downloads like this. So this is called relative path. For example, I am in, just imagine that I am in C. Okay, now I am in C. If you don't believe me, just type pwd. So you need to go to the C users Mithun directory. The one way is you can enter the absolute path, that is cd space /c /users /Mithun /downloads. That is one way. Or you can also, if you are facing it difficult to navigate, you can always use, so you can do like this: first go to C users directory, then go to Mithun directory, and then you can from there this. Both are same. Now where we are in download. So this is called the relative path. What is this called? This is called relative path. Okay, now that is the difference between absolute path and relative path. Okay, so this is called changing the cd is for changing the directory. Fine. Now the other one is how much, so the other one is now, so how will you relate it? Okay, just to make you comfortable, now whenever you are in a, so where we are in the Windows. Now if you go here, so where are we here in the desktop? If I go here, if you click here, see program files, common files, like this. So this is the hierarchy, right? So this is the hierarchy. Now it will in Windows it will start from C. Okay, but in Linux it will start from the root folder. That means, of course, we are not in the any operating system. So let me launch an operating system, then you will come to know. So let me log into my AWS console. Okay, so let me launch a EC2 instance. I'm going to select Amazon Linux. Okay, I'm just selecting the default. So I'm just typing as Linux basics. Okay, right? So let me, okay. Now this is one operating system. See, I'm just going to collect the public IP. Now I am using this CLI terminal. What is this? This is just a CLI terminal. Okay. Now like putty is also one kind of a terminal. Okay. Now I can log into this using putty also. Okay. That I have not installed because I don't use putty at all. Okay. I use, because if you want to be good at DevOps, you need to use this Git bash or MobaXterm. Okay. Fine. Now I will use the cd command to go to. So where am I now? I need to go to downloads. So let me, now ls is the command to list. Okay. So ls is for listing the files. Now you will see microdegree.pem. These files are there, right? Now let me use this microdegree.pem. Okay. Now this is the command we will use to log into the EC2. That this I have already shown many times, right? Okay, I think it didn't get copied well. Okay, let me copy the public IP and you can paste here. Okay, ssh-i microdegree.pem and enter, and just permission denied. Okay, what is this? Is use key or not? Let me just check. 17th February microdegree.pem. Okay, I think I should have used this PEM file. Okay, I selected the wrong file. Okay, so let me terminate it first. Let me launch one more. So okay, open to world SG, right? And I'm going to select this. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, totally fine. Now let me copy the public IP. Okay, okay, so it will take time because I have just installed the system. Okay, okay, so let me clear the screen. Okay, now ssh -i, same key, user, okay. Now it will select type yes. Yes, now I am inside the what? Okay, now I am inside the Linux machine. Okay, now you type the same thing pwd. This is now in Linux, as I told you, it will start with /. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is the root file system. What is this? This is the root file system. In Linux, everything is or everything comes below this. Okay, okay. Now if you don't believe me, now tree is the command. Okay, okay, I have not installed tree. Okay, sudo yum install. Okay, now if you want to install any command, so yum is the, I mean, if you want to install any packages, yum is the command. Okay, yum stands for yellow dog updater modified. I will cover that later also. Okay, now if you see here, okay, now if you see tree and dot means current directory. Okay, or just let me, yeah, see, now let me run one by one. See here, as you can notice, everything is starting from this folder, that is the root, that is the, this is the parent, super parent for all the folders and subfolders below this. Okay, so bin, boot, dev, so these are all the, see, under dev we have autofs, block, btrfs, control, char. So these are the, so you should know how to, view the console also, or view the output. Okay, now you notice that I put a pipe symbol, this one, and after that I put less command. Okay, less command is the very beautiful utility where you can see the output page by page like this. Okay, if you don't want to see, then press Q, it will come out. Okay, less or more. Okay, more also it is a command. Okay, see, I think some issue with your network, because at my side I am using broadband. So anybody else facing the same issue?
No, sir.
Okay, so anyways, I am going to upload this in YouTube, so you can follow along. Okay, now these commands will help you to view the output page by page. Okay, fine. Okay, now we are in a directory. Okay, now we have logged in. Now we need to know where am I. So that is pwd. Okay, who am I? EC2-user. Now I need to create a file. So what is the command? So there are two to three ways to create a file. One is touch. Okay, touch and file name. Okay, that is one way. Okay, this will create a new file, or else if you want to create a new, then you can also use echo. Okay, see, echo we can also use to print the something on the screen. For example, hi. Okay, so it will just, whatever you mentioned inside the double quotes, it will just print in the terminal. Okay, but if you don't want this to print on the terminal, you want to, in other words, if you want to put hi inside the file name, then what you have to do, you have to type greater than symbol and type the file name where you want to put, or else you can also key in a new file name, for example file number 2. Correct? Now you have, so in this command you have done two things. One is, see, touch command you will only create an empty file, but if you want to update something you need to use echo, and you have to put everything inside the double quotes. Okay, now if I need to confirm I have written or not in the file 2. So cat is the command to read. Okay, cat stands for concatenation of this, like, so it will use to read the contents of the file. Okay, now notice one more thing. I'll just use the same echo command. Now I will replace with hello. Now ideally what should happen, now what it has done, I have used the echo command to write hello into the file 2. Now let me see file 2, only hello is there. Then what happened to the hi? So that is gone, because if you use only one greater than symbol, I mean I am talking about this symbol. If you use only one greater than symbol, it will override. Please observe this, or please stress importance to this sentence, that is it will overwrite the existing contents. If you want to append means you to add new lines to the existing line, then you have, what you have to do, you have to use one more greater than symbol. So this symbol, it will now hello world. Now if you do, see, hello world. Okay, so like this you can, okay, so you can keep on adding this. Okay, so line by line it will display, right? Don't worry, I am going to provide the history of the commands whatever I have executed, so you can follow along. Okay, and even the video will be there. Okay, so these are very basic commands, and then one more command is there. Okay, see, if you see file name, so file name is also one of the, it is an empty file, because touch command will create an empty file. Okay, you need to use echo, or there is one more thing, one more editor, that is visual editor. Okay, so but this is little complex. So what happens is, it will enter into its own console where you need to pass some commands. Okay, for example, if you want to write something, you need to press I to insert. Okay, now if you see here on the bottom, it is going to the insert mode, right? Now I can insert anything. So let me see, hi, hello, something. Okay, now I am done with the editing. How will you save? You have to press